Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Been meaning to get this video out for a long time, but I've just been so backlogged and busy with my regular job and other things I've been filming. This dates back to the Long Beach audio show, the home entertainment show. And if you recall, one of my favorite rooms there was the Voss audio room. And I went in there twice. And on the last day I went in there, and he played a record that had some great material on it. But I think it was a Burmaster special record with some select tracks. But it had lots of ticks, pops, and even some scratches where I think it was skipping. So as I was listening, it was still great, and that's a testament to the room and those PBN speakers as well, and his electronics. It still allowed me to enjoy it and rank it really high. Normally, that's why I don't have LP playback. If I hear ticks, pops, it's not high fidelity to me, so I don't really enjoy that. But everything was so good otherwise with that room that I really enjoyed it. But I did mention to the gentleman that runs that room, who's a great guy as well, hey, I know Charles Kirmuss, and he wasn't familiar with Charles. I can bring it to him in the vendor area where Charles is, and he's got his whole record restoration system set up. Let's see, now that I've recorded it prior to any cleaning or restoration, what it sounds like after. And so he agreed, and so I did a whole, this is going to be a little bit long video, but for those that are in LP playback and wondering what they should do for cleaning, restoration, what's two things that you should take away. Number one, we found out that this album had significant damage by a prior record cleaner. And so part of all the damage and issues we heard was due to poor record cleaning before. And then what you'll also hear is how the record restoration can only do so much, I mean, for a severely damaged record, but Charles was able to raise the amplitude of the music versus the ticks and pops such that that enhanced it, and then remove some of them as well. So you'll hear in this A/B demo what was improved, and also see the process you go through with the Kirmuss record cleaning system. And like I said, even though I don't have LP playback, it's the one product that of all my audiophile friends that have LP playback that everybody shares. It's this LP record restoration system by Kirmuss. And it's even something that took Michael Fremer a while to get convinced that he's doing it the right way and everybody else maybe a little bit behind. And I kind of agree now that I've heard firsthand an A/B demo, and then again my friends with anecdotal evidence. And so I think you would enjoy this if you are in, even if you not have LP playback. I enjoyed watching this process that he goes through. So hopefully you enjoy that. I'll have plenty more soon though, so stay tuned.
Like we're supposed to.
It's always fun to play with the speed, you know, remix.
There's one track on this. I don't remember which one it was. I literally didn't know the album at all. It was a gift from my dealer at the time. And I played it on 33.
And you liked it?
Everybody loved it.
Yeah.
It was like this big, rich sound.
Yeah, sometimes it's pretty cool to do that.
It was. And nobody even told me it was wrong, because nobody heard it.
Exactly, yeah.
It wasn't until I got home and played it, and I'm like, wow. So this is, let's play a couple seconds of this, because this is ridiculous. Except for that.
We need to bring your LP to Charles Kirmuss.
Wow.
Have him clean it up.
Let's,
Have you gone and seen Charles before?
who's that?
Charles Kirmuss with his record cleaner? You should go. Peter had brought one of his records.
This is like 2 minutes at the end of this.
Okay. Okay.
But I should do that with a couple.
Yeah, bring this record, and then now you know what it sounds like before, and then bring it to him and see if
So is he?
he's in the thing. We can walk over there. I can walk it over there for you. You know, whatever. Let's do it. That'd be a cool A/B.
I love that.
You don't have anybody else to watch the room though, what? Okay. Well, I mean, if you trust me with the album, I'll bring it to him, see if he'll clean it, and then bring it back. Yeah, I'll bring it to him, have him clean it, and then let's do that. So let's finish listening to it as is. and then I'll have it clean, and we'll bring it back, see if it sounds different.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So this is like another 90 seconds.
Okay.
But this is beautiful.
So there's no rumble filter in your phono stage, huh? I see the drivers are moving. The bass drivers are moving. That's usually the rumble filter's not on.
Well, we usually don't.
Because it's trying to produce something.
That's very interesting. Yeah, that's like 18 cycles or something.
Yeah, it's something we're not hearing.
There's a full moon in Paris, a full moon in Paris.
This is the track, correct?
Yeah, this is good. She's got a good voice.
The trees are dancing, yeah, the trees are all dancing. The trees are all dancing in its light. The black cars are swaying out on the avenue. Cacophony of sounds pouring from Moulin Rouge, and my heart's praying for my body to cut it loose. It's no place for a lady to be alone. Oh, moon in Paris, there's a full moon in Paris, a full moon in Paris tonight. A full moon in Paris, there's a full moon in Paris, a full moon in Paris tonight.
Sounds great.
I love that track. Now I'm back behind you getting all emotional.
Yeah, it's very nice.
I love it.
But yeah, imagine if we could get the ticks and pops out of that.
Well, I was going to say, I have never cleaned this record.
Yeah,
It
let's-
used to be before COVID.
Let me bring it to him. I'll bring it back to you. It usually takes him about 45 minutes to clean a record. It's a multi-stage process.
Dude, are you kidding? That would be such a treat.
Yeah, let's try it.
I love this.
He'll do it, no problem.
So, and on the other side it has the Hans, right? And then we can play that.
Yeah, let's play that and then.
Do you want to hear that?
Well,
You tell me what you want to do. You can take it.
why don't we just go ahead? We got enough for the before, and let's go ahead and
You take it.
yeah, let's go ahead and get it clean.
Terry Evans when you get back.
Okay.
You're gonna love it, man. Nate. Yeah, there's the mill vocals on this system right now is, and I'm like you, I'm a really high standard fanatic, right? And the mill vocal on this is.
Well, the thing that
really satisfying.
when you have long notes like she was singing, especially at the end, that's where you really tell the tonal balance. Because a lot of times when people are singing quick or notes are quick, you don't have enough time to process how accurate it is. When you have long notes and it's wavering and it's not their voice wavering, it's the frequency response.
Right.
That was pure, very
That's
pure.
our claim.
Yeah, that's very
like-
pure.
I won't bore you with science and why our circuit is special as far as linearity, like tubes without the noise.
Okay, yeah, that was very good.
Yeah.
You don't hear that level of purity in a long note of a female vocal, so that was good. All right, so which one is the? I'll have him clean both, but
All right,
just in case
so
he doesn't
it's
have time to
it's
do
the AB.
this one here.
It's the AB, yeah. So whatever the AB is. So just see whatever. So this is B.
B. Okay,
So it's on the right
right
side.
side. Okay, let me bring it
But if
to
he
him.
has, whatever. If he has time to do both, I'm not going anywhere.
Okay. Yeah. Well, probably by tomorrow. But yeah, let's do at least one, and then
Okay.
I'll introduce you to him, and then yeah, because it makes a difference. He does AB,
I trust you.
and then
you
ask
have to
Peter.
convince me,
Yeah. Ask Peter. Yeah.
Do you want to do that one and then come back and we'll hear
Yeah.
the hunts tonight?
Yeah, we'll do
and
that.
then maybe we'll do the other one another.
Yeah.
Okay,
Let me
beautiful.
go do this right now.
Thank you, James.
All right. Take care. All right. So this could be a cool experiment. So let me go talk to Charles.
He was making it for him.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is from the Voss room, we're going to bring this LP I just listened to, which had some ticks and pops. We're going to bring it and get it cleaned, and then go back and listen how much it improved.
Restored.
But restored, I'm sorry.
Yes, restored. Greetings again.
And now we're going to do the recording.
Yeah, well, actually, we're going to play it, so we're going to listen to it first. So
Okay.
this is the puppy right here.
Gotcha.
So what I like to do is I always like to inspect a record. And if I take a look here, I already see, you know, there's some slight surface scratches here. We have lots of nice fingerprints around here. It is a very nice shiny record, and we'll discover a lot of things going through this. So
Okay.
the first step is I'm going to take a look at side A. I'm going to put it on the turntable. You don't have to, if you're going to do something records, don't do anything unless it's our system. But if you are, just use a 10 micron parastatic felt. This felt was made by Dr. Watts, for those of you that know Dr. Watts in the 70s. The 10 microns fits into the 30 micron groove, and the groove at the bottom with the RIA standard is 6 microns, that's at the bottom. So I'm removing now just the surface dust. You do this with any record you play, and then you use the carbon fiber grounded with the aluminum chassis to you, which removes the static.
Oh, okay.
So now I'm just going to go and play. So, and again, the needle is clean, so I'm not going to go and bother cleaning the needle. Typically what I do is on records of provenance unknown, I use a non-alcohol based liquid cleaner to remove whatever is already on the cantilever, but more especially on the stylus, and it will not affect the solvent that manufacturers like Soundsmith and whatever use to epoxy their needles. So we're going to go here. This is Jeff Rowland's. Oh yeah, listen to that.
Yeah.
This is Jeff Rowland's $100,000 Capri S2. It's the only one in the world. He's made it for us.
Oh, really?
Has headphone output.
Oh, okay.
So when we're at trade shows, to not disturb everyone, we have 2 power supplies, one for left, one for right.
Okay.
So this is really bad.
Yeah.
Now, we saw a lot of surface scratches in there. Did someone apply a spray on the record to hide it and then sell it? We'll discover that when we start stripping with our system.
Okay.
So let's, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this.
Okay.
I'm going to go and record a little clip.
Yeah.
And you can obviously, to save time, you can turn it off. And I'm just going to do a little switcheroo here and do a recording of 25 feet just for my own records.
Okay.
Go. Put this down here. Good old Marantz portable stereo. Beautiful product. Some people know this with the Super Scope label.
Yeah. So you're recording this to tape, and then we'll hear all the scratches.
I'm using a nice, beautiful Sony metal tape, the best tapes ever made. All metal, but it's not the nice metal cased one. It's a plastic cased one.
Gotcha.
So we'll just do 25 feet here, and then we'll start the restoration process.
Yeah. And
Unfortunately, I have a loop-through problem here, so I can't hear what I'm recording. So the monitor function in my antique 1971 tape deck isn't running.
Is that mono?
No stereo. This is stereo mono. You want the mono for the Beatles? I have one at home. I'll sell it to you. I have both. I couldn't afford the stereo, so I bought the mono when I was young, and then I bought the stereo later.
so this is, you sell this too then?
Yes, these are also separate. So it's a 10 micron felt made by, again, the patent expired from Dr. Watts, and then the carbon fiber. It's like $48 or whatever. But if you're going to do anything with records, that's what you use. You don't use cleaning agents. You don't do anything. That's it.
Okay,
you
this
got
is good to
fungus,
know.
use a microfiber, wipe the fungus off. Don't use any of these other processes. Unfortunately, we've proven them all to, you know, leave residues.
Okay.
Now Mike Fremer did a test of brushes, and he says, "Oh yeah, the Kirmuss brush," but he thought it's just for our polishing of our records. No. As a matter of fact, Dr. Watts in Canada in 1971 taught me to use the talcum test. So what you do is you put talcum powder on the record,
Okay.
and then you use this to remove the talcum, and you can see which brush actually does whatever.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't to drop a record on the ground and then see what dust
Okay.
you
Yeah,
remove.
right.
Very good. Okay, 25 feet. That's done. Open. And now we'll start the restoration process. So I'm going to put this into the machine. Randy, can you just hold this for a sec? Because I had the machine cool down. We've been running it all day, and the little red light came on. So now I'm just going to put the cover on and start the machine. We'll do a 5 minutes because I don't know the provenance of this record. And after the first 5 minute cycle, I'm going to then see what is coming out of the record. Now, right away, here, Jason, why don't you touch this here?
Rough.
It's rough.
Very rough.
This record has been processed by a German ultrasonic sold here in the United States.
Is that right?
Yeah. In Germany, the manufacturer calls it a record cleaner, but the distributor here calls it a ultrasonic. And this, unfortunately, has been damaged.
By the ultrasonic?
No, that machine has a little brass element and 2 gears that hold and turn the record.
Oh, okay.
And when I showed this to Mr. Fremer on some of his records, he thought it was a pressing problem. It is
A cleaning
machine that should not be used.
Interesting.
Yes. So I can tell whether a record is being processed by vacuum. How? I'll see more white materials come on one side than the other, because people normally use a vacuum system and use a cleaning solution on the side they have trouble with.
Okay.
So I can tell whether it's a vacuum, and here I proved it's a German ultrasonic.
Okay. Yeah, so that is interesting.
Yeah. Now, in a brand new record that's been pressed 10 years or earlier, I would just put this in the machine for 2 minutes. But because now, especially that I have discovered what was used before, it's going to be the typical, let's do the 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. Well, I'll pause while we continue
Very
that.
good. Perfect.
Continue.
Okay, here we've taken the record out of the machine, and there
All
is
right.
some pooling of water.
Okay.
So there is something on the record. So let's start investigating by applying the ionizing agent, which I'll get here. And what this does will change the charge of the record, to be opposite to that of the water. So then we really benefit from ultrasonic. Look at the white materials coming out. So obviously someone has started and in the past has cleaned this record, and we know because it's
it's
been
got the damage.
attacked by one of those other ultrasonics out there. So I'm going to do this. So now this side is being charged negative. I'm going to do the same on this side here. There, and we still have white material appearing. And again, normally we don't see this on the first cycle. So this record has been really severely coated by it being air dried and by that sonic air drying what was in the tank of the record. Because
Interesting.
typically on the first cycle, I don't see this at all.
Is that right?
I only see this come out on the second cycle. So we're going to put this puppy back in, and I'm going to run it now for another 5 minutes.
All right, let's pause it
There we go.
again.
Now, perfect. Here we go. We take the record out. I
All
just
right.
wobble it a bit. And now, if we go on the table, we'll see a couple of things. It's getting drier.
Okay.
So that means that we are removing whatever was on the record, because there's no pooling of water. See how there's less white material coming out now
Yep.
on this side? So what happens, this means that basically we are now on this side of the record, since it evaporates here, this is the second to last cycle on the record. See, there's that white that's being brought up.
Yep.
Okay, let's take a look at this side. Again, getting drier. That's why we don't need vacuum or air drying.
So you're also not getting the pooling or anything?
No, there, see, there's still white material coming out, so at least another 5-minute cycle. There, see that? Schmegma. Oh, sorry, I'm on camera, sorry. Schmutz. I'm sorry, it's schmutz coming out.
Okay.
Look at that, look at that.
Wow.
This is what the ultrasonic softened by being attracted into the groove.
Okay.
So that's why you just can't put a record in a sonic and press a button and 5 minutes later it's done.
Okay.
You can't. You need to understand and read the record. So I'm going to put this back in. 5-minute cycle.
All right, and I'll pause again.
Chicago one time, and this is 1977.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
So here we're taking the record out again.
Okay.
And I'm noticing a couple of interesting things for you out there, our viewers here. You'll notice over here this mark all the way across.
Mm-hmm.
Now this record obviously was coated with something. Someone used, some cleaning agent. But if you remember just before, I mentioned that the edges were rough.
Right.
These are from the pinchers in this German ultrasonic that have eaten the outside of the groove, actually into the media. And this was hidden by that coating.
Wow.
So this, and it's equal, it's equal on both.
So you know it's...
I know.
Yeah, now you know what it's from.
If you take a look here, we suspend the record, and I'm not trying to make a sales pitch here, but we have neoprene rubbers that suspend the record, and we don't have any teeth or anything that applies pressure.
Right.
And here, look at that. Look at that. Unreal. Oh.
Yeah, so that's not a cutting ear issue.
That's not a cutting issue, and many people say, oh, well, that came from the poor production pressing. No. Not especially in the recorded
Just in that
grooves.
one area, yeah.
Yep, on both sides.
Which could coincidentally line up with where these cleaning machines.
There, you see how fast that this is done? Look, it's by the time I'm here, I'm evaporated. So this is our last 5-minute cycle. Okay, flip her over. And again, you have visual feedback with our process. It's not a green light that they say, if you don't like it, redo it. We don't do that. You see and you have interaction with the love of the music that's being pressed by the pressing house and then cut by the lathe, and then we go down to the guy that was running the board, and then the placement of the microphones, and then of course the artist, him or herself. So we restore music and bring it back to life. Mm-hmm. That's it. This is the last 5-minute cycle.
Am I noticing more of the white coming out from near the edge, or the?
Yes, it was from the edge.
Okay.
But now I'm really concerned about the middle, so we're done.
Okay.
So this is the last 5 minutes.
Last 5 minutes. So again, we're restoring this record that we played at the Voss room, and we're going to go back and replay it. He's also recorded what it sounded like prior to this restoration process, so we can do A/B comparison. All right, we're ready?
Okay, we're ready. So look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 drops of water. We're done. Why? Because this is all the other vacuums and ultrasonics. They have to dry with either vacuum or air, because the record is still pooling water. A restored record with no release agent comes out virtually dry. Look at that.
Yeah.
So all we do is we use the optician's cloth.
Yeah, there's nothing really to dry at all, yeah.
Yeah, and these optician's cloths are made in Germany. We use them by a company that makes them for Zeiss, for telescopes.
Okay.
Then what I do is I take a 10 micron fiber developed by Dr. Watts in the 70s, who had the disc preener, 10 microns, and this gentleman's newest stuff, 6 microns at the bottom, 30, 35 at the top. We're 10, we're just polishing the groove. I love when I meet someone that is a genius or understands totally records.
Right.
And he was an expert on 78s. We totally agree on how to handle 78s and shellac records. It's
seemed
wonderful.
Like he had first-hand experience.
This show is wonderful. I love it. There we go. So this is all polished. Now we bring it over to the turntable.
All right, we're going to play it?
Yeah, and we did side A, right?
I think so.
Okay. Now what I do is I'm going to take the same ionizing agent and not being a sales pitch, but we apply a mist on a dry brush.
Okay.
This isn't applying liquid to a turn to the record. This, unlike the other process, this is changing the charge of the record back to be negative on the tribonic charge. So what we're now doing is this will repel dust.
Okay.
And it's also an anti-static agent, so it's kind of doing what a zeostat would do. So this is done. You always use your felt on any record, like I said before. Remove any dust, and I do have dust in this jacket. Remove the static, and reconnect the amplifier. There we go. Perfect. And we're going to play. The needle is clean. Now you see that spot here. Look, that's that bad spot. Now
Yep.
it could be on the other side that we played. Doesn't matter. Let's just drop her. We still have a little more to go. There we go. Okay, now what we've done is we brought the signal up. We now have the timbre, but that crackle you hear is caused by the plasticizer that was affected by the original cleaning solution that was used.
Gotcha.
So that I can't remove.
Gotcha.
But what we have done is we brought the dynamics back and the timbre and raised the noise level above that.
Gotcha.
Damaged record like this is very hard.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so this is the track we played in the Voss room. Less noise floor, less crackling. And then we're gonna go bring this up and play it on the main system where we heard it. And then we can compare. So this is great. All right, thank you, Charles.
Very good.
Yeah, so now we're gonna play the restored record.
You know what? This
Pretty tight throw there. That much.
at some point, I'd love for you to clean this. This is the reference that my turntable setup guy uses.
Yeah, throw it in a bag and
Did you-
we'll take it upstairs and clean it.
That's really awesome. And it sounds amazing, but it's never been cleaned in my hands, so.
Yeah, you want to watch the video. If you don't get a chance to go to their booth, I'll have a video showing the whole process. It's like 4 steps.
With that record.
Yeah, with that record, yeah.
You made a little audio history.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll bring this to you at some
Yeah,
point.
sure.
Let me grab this seat over here.
I had that same tape deck. That's a killer deck.
Which brand is
That
that?
big Reeboks.
Oh, the Revox?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
brought one back from Korea. Killed my TX.
So.
Really? I bet.
Just killed it.
Sometimes there's something that's leveling, so it has to give and take air away from. Some people are called fanatics, and they want total as much isolation as they can. So we're going to the second track.
Third? It's a third track.
So I was going to go a little bit of that.
Okay, yeah, sure.
You know, help. I'll be
The last 90 seconds or so.
exact.
I don't know if you remember the level.
What amps are those we do?
Oh, this is this guy's amps, Voss audio.
I don't remember the volume, but it should be.
Okay, yeah, it's mainly.
So this is manufacturer's room. So Voss Audio, we make the phono states and the line states and the stereo. Yeah.
So it's all state?
Very special solid state, in our opinion.
Yeah, well, I've seen both, but can't tell the difference sometimes depending on what transistors.
Okay, we ready?
Yep.
So this is the end of the second.
think you even had skipping issue at some point in that. Yeah,
it was still,
yeah.
it still sounded correct.
Full moon in Paris, there's a full moon in Paris, a full moon in Paris tonight. The trees are dancing, yeah, the trees are all dancing, the trees are all dancing in its light. The black cars are swaying out on the avenue. Cacophony of sounds pouring from Moulin Rouge, and my heart's praying for my body to cut it loose. It's no place for a lady to be alone. Oh, moon in Paris, there's a full moon in Paris, a full moon in Paris tonight. A full moon in Paris, there's a full moon in Paris, a full moon in Paris tonight. I'll go back inside.
Yeah, it sounded great.
I can hear more.
It's definitely the ticks and pops were lower in amplitude now.
Well, I can hear a little more activity on the string and everything.
Yeah.
It was a nice improvement. I'm gonna play